everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Tuesday Craft Day. Well, today I'm going to be doing another coffee table, the one that is in the family room. And I know if any of you have been watching my videos regularly, you'll say, Donna, you already did the family room coffee table. And you're right, but here's the story. The furniture from the family room is now in the living room, and the furniture from the living room is now in the family room. So the one I made is going to be in the living room, and we need to make a new one to go in the family room. Now, I'm not going to do another yardstick. That coffee table out there is just a little bit small for a full yardstick. This is going to have a lantern with a little decorations around it. So we're going to be making a funky bow with a lantern swag and something else. If you know me, I love to try to find ways to use up old leftover mesh. So I have something I'm going to try today. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's leftover mesh. So let me take you down to the table, and we're going to start with the leftover mesh. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I have here about a 5-inch piece of blue and a 5-inch piece of silver, and they were from a 10-inch roll of mesh that I used my wood burner to try to cut down on a little of the fraying. And what I'm going to try to do after I find the top of this and it wants to twist and twisty. Okay, I have some yarn that I have threaded onto a yarn darner. It's a big needle. And I'm going to go about 1 inch from the top and just do some gathering stitches. And I'm going to pull it through. And I'm going to take one of these little pinchies and put it on the end so it doesn't pull all the way through. And we're going to continue basically all the way across. And if they don't stay totally lined up perfect at the top, that's fine. You just want to make sure you catch both of them with the yarn. Oh, and I just lost my yarn out of my needle, which could be a catastrophe. I'll be back as soon as I have it threaded again. Okay, I'm back. Yo! Actually, what I used, I don't think you can even see it, but there's a strand of the mesh, and I just used it like a threader by making a loop and putting it through the needle and then putting this yarn through the loop and pulling it back, and it actually worked. So I'm going to continue going across. It's really a challenge because this was like the end of rolls, and of course it's so curly. You just want to make sure you don't all of a sudden find yourself going in the bottom instead of the top. It's easy to um, do this because the holes are so big in the mesh. It's just that the mesh is very curly. Now the lantern is going to go on a tray, a flat tray, and I'm planning to use this to the side, not as part of the lantern, and I will show you when we start putting everything on the table. Okay, now let's pull this. Let me get this out of the way. It just wants to keep getting stuck on it. And I'm going to tie a knot. And then I take the two of them and I tie a knot together. Just reinforces a little bit so they don't come apart. And there you have a mess. No. So now what you do is you spread it out. And you have created a ruffle. One of these is not being pulled out. There you go. There we go. And I'm going to trim those little pieces off. And you have a nice little ruffled area. Now, this would make a really nice, like, candle ring. It could go down on top of a candle. I'm not going to use it for a candle ring. And I will have two of them. And I've already done the other one. Here it is here. And we're just going to trim off some of this. And there you go. And I think it's going to work fine for what I'm looking for, but we'll see when we put it on the table. Okay. Back in a minute, I'll get ready for the bow. Hold on. Okay, I have 12 ribbons here. We're going to make a 12-loop bow. And I just have different flower patterns. I think all the colors together will look just fine. And they're pieces of ribbon that I had rolled up, so some of them have little marks in them, but they have wire, so you'll be able to rearrange them. This one I didn't put the ends on. Okay. So for a 12 loop bow, that is even number. All the loops are going in the same direction the first time around, and then the second time around they'll all go in the opposite direction. Okay? Now I'm going to make a 5-inch loop, and it should be leaving me about 7-inch tails. Now you take the back one and you turn it around so that you have all the pretty sides facing. Now this particular ribbon probably doesn't need that, but I'm going to do that with all of them so you don't forget. Next one. And I'm putting them in sort of side by side. Now, if you have a problem holding these ribbons, you can certainly use an easy bow and just stack them down inside the easy bow. Very simple. $20, $15. Take the back one and turn it around so we have all the pretties out front. And the last one for this one, I have about 7, I think I mentioned, these are cut at 24, so I should have about 7-inch tails. Okay. Oh, get that around there. So now we'll start again. The easiest way to do this is just fold it in half, and it's a 5-inch loop, so I'm going to go down 5 inches, and I'm going to go the opposite direction. Okay? Five inches. And I'm just pushing them back in my thumbs, back in my hands. Gets to be a handful. Here's the front, here's the back, turn it around. I didn't quite get that one twisted. There we go. And the last one for this row. Turn it around. Okay, I'm going to go one time through again. These will all go up like the first ones. And you have to use your baby finger to get the ribbon folded in half. 2 more. Well, that doesn't want to turn. Okay, 1 more. Those colors really do look pretty together, don't they? Now, then take a zip tie. And I'm going under my thumb, holding it, bring it around to the back, and getting it tightened down a bit, but not so tight that I can't get a piece of ribbon through it, because I need to take another piece of this ribbon and see if I can get underneath here. I think I can. Oh, what was that train? I think I can, I think I can. The little train that could. Oh, I did it. Aha. And now I will take those and I will tighten it nice and tight. And there you have a flat old thing. So now you have to work at it. And you twist them, bring them up, and pull and twist, and pull and twist, and pull and twist. And that just kind of makes it easier to maneuver them where you want them to go, because they're not tied underneath that, or caught underneath that zip tie. Let's see what we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, got to be a 12. Oh, 12 is down here. Okay. How is that now? Look at that, huh? And of course you still work at them. Now, I like to get a lot of my tails down, but I also like some of them up. Especially if you're going to put like a flower on there, which I'm going to try, see how it looks. And what I have here is this branch of, I don't know what kind of flowers they are. There was 2 branches and I've just put them together. And if I bring this up here, hold on, let me just bring you up a bit. They will fit nicely like this. So I'm going to try to put that on here. I'm going to use another zip tie. I flatten myself out again. Ooh, squeaky, squeaky, ooh. Well, this one is a little bit. Oh, that looks nice. Look at that, huh? I'm sorry. Every time I move this, it squeaks on that floor. I love it. I love the bow. And here's the candle. And I'm going to be using some shells. So I'm going to try to put a few shells around the inside. But I will have to get in to change the battery occasionally, so I don't want to make them so high that every time I open the door they fall out. But I have some bigger ones. And this was a bag of shells. Oh, look, I've had for a long time. There's a lot of shells. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. Let me get these in the back first. Oop. And of course, after I use them for a project, because these are not glued anywhere, they just go back in the bag. Get in there. That's good, because I can open the door now without them all falling out. And I think you can see the candle comes on nicely. Oh, I'm sorry, you were up looking at the bow. You didn't even see me put the shells in. So here's the shells inside. And I love that bow. And the swag. Okay, I'm going to go put this on the coffee table and bring my little puffy things I made and see if we can make a pretty little summer scene. Be back in just a couple of minutes. Okay, here's a quick view of the one we already made. Now I have it in on the coffee table in the living room. Okay. I think it looks very good on this table because it's a big piece and the table's a big piece also. So there you go, and if you go out this way, you will see the lantern in the other room. All right, be right back. Okay, here it is on the table. And I don't know if you can quite pick them up, but there are two lighthouses on the table. I have a collection of lighthouses, and I had intended to put the blue things under the lighthouses, but it just squished them down when I did that. So we're just going to save those for something else, or throw them away. But I love that. I love the bow. Look at that. So that's my video for today. I love it. Waiting for a craft outlet order to arrive. Maybe it'll be here in time for Friday. So until then, I hope everybody has a great afternoon. Stay safe. And everybody, play nice now. I'll see you Friday. Love ya. Bye-bye.